What's up, guys? It's your man, Donovan Sharp, and welcome to this edition of Sharp Shorts. Again, guys, be sure to like, subscribe, and share the video. Like, subscribe, and share the video. I would greatly appreciate that. Okay, guys, let's get right to it. So I found a video on TikTok entitled How to Correct a Man's Bad Behavior. And to say that this video is a demonstration in terms of why you should never take dating advice from women, most notably black women, I really can't think of a better video to illustrate that than this. So we're gonna watch the video in its entirety all the way through. Then I'm gonna go back and then I'm going to break it down. So away we go.
The only way to correct bad behavior in a man is acknowledge it the first time and then copy it the second time. There are some gems out there that if you say, hey, this makes me uncomfortable, or hey, I would like for this behavior to change, like he'll change the first time you ask. But there are some stubborn men. So say you're uncomfortable with your man being out past midnight. Acknowledge it the first time. Just say, hey, babe, this makes me a little uncomfortable. It will make me feel better if you came home by midnight. If he doesn't respect your boundary when you acknowledge it, then it's time for phase 2. Copy his behavior. Make him feel how you feel. So if he's out late and it makes you feel anxious and worried about his whereabouts, make him feel that same way. If he's out and it's midnight and you still haven't heard from him, find somewhere to go. Find something to do. Let him worry how you worry. And I promise you, that habit that you don't like, it'll stop.
Oh boy. So before I break this down, let me quickly remind you that if you like this content, be sure to like and subscribe. If you really like this content, drop me a super chat and I will read it shortly. If you really like this content, like, subscribe, share, and drop me a super chat. So let's go ahead and go back. Let's go ahead and go back to the beginning, and I will break this down frame by frame. Here we go.
The only way to correct bad behavior in a man is...
And let me stop it right there. The only way to correct bad behavior in a man, she says. Number one, women cannot correct a man's behavior. Okay? If a woman can correct your behavior, whether the behavior is good, bad, or indifferent, she will not respect you. She won't respect you. This isn't to say that if something bothers your woman enough to compel her to voice her concern, that doesn't mean you don't listen to her, right? If Devin has an issue with something I've done or said, at this point, she has earned the right, she has earned the privilege of being able to say, hey, Donovan, I wanted to talk to you about X, Y, and Z, and it made me feel some type of way, right? Does this mean I'm going to stop whatever behavior that she is concerned about? Nope. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. But I'm not going to go off on her. I'm not going to say, I can't, no. I mean, she has a right, as my wife, to voice her opinion. But in terms of correcting a man's behavior, you only correct the only men who allow themselves to be corrected by a woman are low-value men. Low-value men are insecure. And when a man is insecure, he will kowtow, he will placate to the woman. All the woman has to do is say jump, he says how high. If a woman says, I don't want you wearing red t-shirts anymore, the simp goes out and burns all his red t-shirts. He wants so badly to not be rejected. He wants so badly to not lose his woman. He wants so badly to keep getting the regular sex that he's been getting. He's willing to do literally whatever she says. Women do not respect men who change for them. I don't care who you are. If you change for a woman, she will eventually leave you. So if you allow a woman to quote unquote correct your behavior, it's only a matter of time before she's out the door and with someone whose behavior she can't quote unquote correct.
Is acknowledge it the first time and then copy it the second time.
Okay, yep, there we go. Copy it the second time. One of the many flaws in the mindset of the average rank and file modern woman is that they believe that sexual attraction is symmetrical. In other words, they think the things that make them attractive to us also make us attractive to them. Obviously, nothing can be further from the truth. So her solution is, if he is engaging in behavior that you are not comfortable with or that you don't like, first you acknowledge it, and then you copy it. That is the quickest way. That is the quickest way to lose a man of value. Let's take this in two directions. Let's go with a man in demand and a man that doesn't have as many options. Man that doesn't have as many options. Hey, babe, I would really like it if you would come home. Like I said, like she said, I'd really like it if you were home at before midnight. Okay? She acknowledges it. Now, low value or high value, the low value man, if she acknowledges it, he's going to say, okay, maybe it doesn't mean that much. He does it again. Now she's going to copy the behavior. Guys, what this woman is describing, how to correct a man's bad behavior, is nothing more than a low-level shit test. That's all this is. When a woman attempts to correct your behavior, she is deploying shit tests that she's not even aware that she is deploying. It is in a modern woman's true nature to change the things about you that make her uncomfortable. Let me say that again. It is in a woman's nature to try to change the things about you that make her uncomfortable. But what you have to understand is that the things that make her uncomfortable are also the things that cause her to respect you. A la this particular example. If you're out past midnight and you act like you really don't give a shit one way or the other, she might not like it at first. And she may try to raise a big stink about it. But eventually she will respect you for grabbing your balls and doing whatever the fuck you want, irregardless of what she does or says. Okay? So low value men without options, the first time she mentions, hey babe, I'd really like you in before midnight. The minute he changes, and most men would change the first time after they acknowledge, okay, cool, I won't be out past midnight. But guess what? Now she's going to escalate. Hey, babe, you remember how I asked you not to be out past midnight? Yeah, absolutely. Well, I don't really want you hanging out with your friends anymore. Okay. A couple weeks later, hey, listen, I really, really, really like your style, but Birkenstocks, like, can you dress a little classier? Okay. Right? It is in a woman's nature to try to change the things about you that make her uncomfortable. You being out past midnight makes her uncomfortable. Okay? You being in fantastic shape makes her uncomfortable. Guys, she likes it, but it still makes her uncomfortable. Anything and everything that threatens your relationship, a woman is going to try to change about you. Okay? This is how women work. Now let's go to the high value man. Hey, babe, I would really like it if you would be in before midnight. You want to know what the answer to that is? Is absolute crickets. Absolute crickets. Don't even acknowledge it. Don't even acknowledge it. So when you do it again and she attempts to mimic that behavior, guess what happens? Now she's fucking gone. Let's let this woman lead herself into a trap.
There are some gyms out there that if you say, hey, this makes me uncomfortable, or hey, I would like for this behavior to change, like, he'll change the first time you ask.
See, there it is. Do you see how she described the kind of man who will change the first time you ask as a gem? This is why you never listen to what women say. Watch what they do. If you change something about yourself, if you are always changing something about yourself, the very first time a woman mentions it, she's going to lose respect for you very quickly. She is going to lose respect for you very, very quickly. Because at some point, subconsciously, she's going to think to herself, does this guy have any steadfast beliefs? He's not going to push back on anything? Is there anything is this dude actually going to tell me no? So again, this woman called men who are compliant to women, she called them gems. No, they're not gems. These gems, quote unquote, these are the kinds of men that women cheat on with guys who don't do whatever they ask.
But there are some stubborn men.
There are some stubborn men, Translation, there are men who stand 10 toes down and stand on business. You're goddamn right we're stubborn. You're goddamn right we're fucking stubborn. Okay? I didn't get to where I am by listening to a woman. Hell to the... Dude, hell no. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care what anybody says. I do what I want and when I want. That's how this works.
So say you're uncomfortable with your man being out past midnight. Acknowledge it the first time. Just say, hey, babe, this makes me a little uncomfortable. It will make me feel better if you came home by midnight. If he doesn't respect your...
Okay. It would make me feel better if you were to come home by midnight. Okay? Other than another way to pass this particular shit test is just tell her straight up, yeah, I'm not going to do that. Hey, babe, it would really make me feel better if you would not be out past midnight. Just tell her straight up, yeah, I'm not going to do that. I'm not like, and tell her straight up, I'm not like, you're not going to put me on a fucking curfew. If it makes you uncomfortable that I'm out past midnight, maybe try to be asleep before midnight. Maybe try to be asleep before midnight. You're uncomfortable when I'm out past midnight? Go to sleep at 10. I'll see you in the morning. Is this going to piss her off?
Yep.
Absolutely. Is it going to upset her?
Yep.
Will it possibly make her cry?
Yep.
Yeah, she's going to be pissed because you're stubborn. But in the end, she will respect you for standing 10 toes down. Yeah, I'm not going to do that. Like, I'm not going to allow my girl to put me on a fucking curfew. No. I'm not a fucking teenager. I'm a grown-ass man. I come home when the fuck I want. If that makes you uncomfortable, I don't know what to tell you.
Boundary, when you acknowledge it, then it's time for phase 2. Copy his behavior.
And this is how women lose relationships, guys. Copy his behavior. Guys, this is the worst advice. This is some of the worst advice I've ever heard. If your man doesn't comply with what you ask him to do, copy his behavior. Men don't want women who act like men. We want women who act like women. We don't want women who act like men. Okay? We don't want masculine women. If you are copying our behavior, you are copying masculine behavior. Masculine behavior is being out past midnight. Now, a man without options, he would tolerate that. He would absolutely tolerate that. But I'll tell you this, a man who's worth a damn, the very first time she's out, dude, the very first time she goes out without you, she knows it's a wrap. She knows it's a wrap. She knows it's a wrap. So let's take it through this scenario. Let's just say she's with a man in demand, and she brings this concern to him. Hey, I'd really like it if you were home before midnight. You tell her straight up, yeah, I'm not going to do that.
Nope.
No, you're not going to put me on a curfew. I come home when the fuck I want. That's just how it works. Okay? Yeah, she'll get mad, blah, 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 blah. But then, according to her, phase 2 is to copy the behavior. So I get home from work, whatever the case may be, and, I'm looking at my watch, and I'm like, oh, it's 9 o'clock at night. She didn't really tell me where she was going or who she was doing it with. Now it's 10:30. Guys, by the time it's 10:30, she's already out the door. She's already out the door. This is not even a time thing, okay? It wouldn't even get to the point to where she's actually out past midnight for a man with options who have already made the decision to drop her like a bad habit or put her in the recreational use only category. Ladies, this is bad advice. Copying a man's behavior is not the way to correct a man's behavior. If you find yourself wanting to correct your man's behavior, you're with the wrong man. Because if you like a man enough, if you love a man enough, if you really want to be with him, you think of his good qualities as great qualities, you still think of his bad qualities as great qualities. It doesn't matter. If a woman really likes you, she will move heaven and earth to keep you. And these ridiculous boundaries where she wants you to abide by a curfew, that ain't it. That ain't it. So and again, I don't even have to instruct you guys to do this. Men who have options don't deal with this behavior. They don't put up with it. Phase 2, copy his behavior. It's not going to get anywhere. It's not going to get within 3 hours of midnight for that dude to have already made the decision. Okay, well, I guess she's out of the running for a relationship. Looks like it's recreational use only, or I'm just going to fucking ghost her. Do not take this advice, ladies. This is why you never take relationship advice from women. It's insane.
Make him feel how you feel.
Make him feel how you feel. Again, this is bad advice. If you make a man feel how you feel, he is going to be out the door.
If he's out late and it makes you feel anxious and worried about his whereabouts, make him feel that same way. If he's out and it's midnight and you still haven't heard from him, find somewhere to go. Find something to do.
Unbelievable. If he's out past midnight, find somewhere to go. Find something to do. You want to know why she's giving us this? You want to know why she's giving women that advice? Because she wants to make the man think she's having sex with someone else. Let's just keep it real. Her advice is that if your man is engaging in behaviors that you are not comfortable with, okay, what you must then do is make him think that you are putting yourself in situations where cheating is imminent. I got news for you. If you put yourself in situations where you both know that cheating is imminent, he's not going to take you seriously. Again, this is bad advice. Well, if he comes home late, find somewhere to go. Find something to do. Yeah, that's it. That's wonderful advice. Make him think that you're possibly cheating on him. That's the way to keep him. That's the way to keep men without options. But a man with options, he's out the door again before the clock even strikes midnight.
Let him worry how you worry. And I promise you, that habit that you don't like, it'll stop.
Yep, she's right about that. That habit that you don't like, it will stop. You want to know why it's going to stop? Is because he's going to ghost your ass. He's going to ghost your ass. His ass is still going to be out past midnight, but you're not going to be aware of that, so you're going to think it stopped. Gentlemen, this is why we tell you never take relationship advice from women. Never, ever, ever. And guys, this woman is not well-intentioned. This is manipulation 101. This is, female dating strategy. This is obviously bunk advice, right? But more times than not, when a woman is giving you dating advice, her heart's in the right place. She really wants to help you. She really, really does. Your mother, why would your mother or sisters purposefully give you bad dating advice? They wouldn't. They are giving you bad dating advice, but in their minds, it's not bad dating advice. But even the most well-intentioned woman giving a man advice about relationships is always toxic. This is why, again, we tell you, do not take relationship advice from women. They can be as well-meaning as your mother or your sisters or aunties and uncles. They may genuinely think that they're helping you. Gentlemen, I'm telling you, they can't, and they won't. Especially if you're a woman. Ladies, stop taking relationship advice from women. Stop taking and ladies, I'm talking about the people related to you. Ladies, don't take relationship advice from your mother. Don't take it from your sisters. Don't take it from your aunties. Okay? Ladies, do not take relationship advice from women. That will lead you down the path of relationship destruction. Real Rain 89, welcome to Chat Privileges. At Real Rain 89 to welcome him to the TSR family. As is customary of all first-time members, let's go ahead and do a very quick age and location check in the chat. Officer Masunaga is in the house. Says that's an easy way to be for the streets. Absolutely. Yep. Officer Masunaga, I know him personally, and he is probably one of the smartest. He's probably one of the smartest and most, in terms of raw intelligence and just brilliance. Masunaga's he's one of one. He's one of the smartest people I've ever met in my life. He really, really is. Very, very smart. And he's a young guy too. The Journeyman says, you gonna feel worse then, LOL. I don't know what that exactly means. The Journeyman says, we can take the advice, then do the opposite. Yeah, I guess that would be a good idea. Emo Muzz says, copy my behavior. You mean getting up at 5 a.m. and working and working all day like a rented pack animal? No.
Nope.
No. That's not what she's talking about. That's not what she's talking about. Let's see. Who else we got here? Emo Muzz says she's looking for gay men, whether she knows it or not. She might be. She might be, man. BS Profile says, hey guys, how do you send Don video suggestions to react to? I tried yesterday, but I didn't see an email or any way to send him a DM here on YouTube. Yeah, join the Discord. Join the Discord, BS Profile. Join the Discord and then at me. Join the Discord and then at me. Darren Thomas says, do I have chat privileges? Yeah, you do for now. You do for now. Dr. B84 checking in from San Antonio, Texas. E. Jones watching us from Idaho Falls. Ice Dragon Kid checking in from Tulsa, Oklahoma. Sean Morris checking in from the 619? Is 619 San Diego? I think. Maybe. I don't know. I think 619 is San Diego. Craig J checking in from the 502 BS Profile. Watching from the 813. Crimson Eclipse watching from Connect I Cut. Real Rain 89 says he is in Houston. I watch your show every day here and Rumble. I got to give you the love, Donovan. Plus, you turned me on to Coach Greg back in the day. Absolutely. Absolutely. Emo Muzz coming to us from New Hampshire, not to be mistaken for Cal Hampshire. Benji coming to us from across the pond. Darren Thomas checking in from the Emerald of the Northwest. Bad Rasta from Deltona, not to be mixed up with Daytona, Florida. And, of course, LDN is in London. All right, guys, I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to leave it there. At the top of the hour, at 6 o'clock p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 6 o'clock p.m. Pacific Standard Time, top of the hour, episode 48 of the Hard R Podcast. Episode 48 of the Hard R Podcast. We have some unbelievable police videos for you to react to. Of course, we will get into it with the Hard R bingo card. Can't wait for it. See you guys at 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern. I'm sorry, 6 p.m. Pacific. I'll see you then.